Soil supports agriculture, construction, and development. The quality of soil determines its use either for agriculture or other activities like construction or industrial purposes. In an effort to enhance the quality of soil to serve its purposes, President Muhammadu Buhari signed into law a bill for the establishment of Nigerian Institute of Soil Science in 2017. On this episode of the program, we are focusing on the mandate and scope of operations of the Nigerian Institute of Soil Science, as well as efforts of the Institute in carrying out its mandates. But before then, we'll bring you the authentic news of the activities of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. Keep watching. The program starts with news from around the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. In our lineup, stakeholders hold summits to encourage private sector participation in cassava production. Also, Benue State government provides farmland for women farmers. Stakeholders in the cassava production value chain have acknowledged the significant progress made in the last 5 years in the area of research, development, new investment, and cassava productivity, while calling for more to be done to actualize the full potential of the crop. The call came in a communique at the end of the recently concluded National Cassava Seed Summit in Abuja. The summit was organized by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development and other institutions to assess the gains made in cassava production and to encourage private sector's investment in cassava seed production.
The summit recognized the gaps in seed demand and supply and appreciated the progress made by the Building an Economically Sustainable Integrated Cassava Seed Systems Phase 2, Basics 2, in creating the Basics model for efficient development and delivery of the cassava seed system, and called on the public and private sector actors to adopt the model. Number 3, the summit reviewed with great concern the approach where donor projects and governments were offering cassava seeds to farmers free of charge and in an unsustainable manner. Such interventions distort the seed markets and frustrates the already made gains in creating a sustainable seed ecosystem that guarantees job and wealth creation.
The communique also advocated for an enabling environment for the cassava subsector to thrive. The Benue State government has provided 100 hectares of farmland to women farmers in the state. The State Commissioner of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Honorable Timothy Ejiri, disclosed this during an interview with our correspondent in Abuja.
Initially, they asked us for 50 hectares of land. We've granted them. And because they wanted to expand, they asked for additional land. We have granted additional land to them on lease to grow up to 100 hectares in one location. And they have also asked in other locations to help their cooperative women in other local governments. And we have been doing that. In terms of mechanization, yes, the efforts of the states in providing mechanization support may not be as pronounced because, of the cost of equipment. For example, last year, the state government was able to acquire about 50 tractors that were allocated to every local government. We have 23 local governments in Benue State. We allocated one tractor to each local government. We allocated some of the tractors also to some of the cooperatives and farmer groups that asked for it. And that was at very highly subsidized rate. The tractors that were bought at about 14 million naira were sold to farmers only at less than 6 million, 5.6 million naira.
Also speaking in a separate interview, a farmer from Benue, Blessing Ngofa Achichi, applauded the effort of the state government in providing leased farmland for members of our cooperative and appeals to the state government to do more in the provision of tractors to mechanize agricultural practices in the state.
Asking people to come and do the hand working will not take the work very far. But if we are able to get the mechanization will help us, because if you have a tractor that is working for you, the tractor will be able to reach at least 4 hectares a day.
All what we did here is mechanized.
It's back to land, back to agriculture.
I can supply the milk factories for milk.
That's the new norm for employment and for wealth creation. Get your piece of the action.
Before farming, we will spread the manure
there to take on agribusiness.
They have been working in terms of making sure they give us new breeds.
Seize the opportunity you have been waiting for. Watch Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria, showing every Friday at 8:30 p.m. on the NTA network service.
Soil that has been leached of its nutrients cannot support crops or plants. Healthy soil is essential to ensure a steady supply of food and biodiversity. Soil loss translates into widespread poverty and slower economic development. The Nigerian Institute of Soil Science has a role to play in maintaining this indispensable natural resource. But what are the other mandates of this institute? How does it carry out its mandates? This will be our focus in the next segment, Records of the FDA. Sit back and watch.
In the year 2011, the Soil Science Society of Nigeria submitted a bill to the National Assembly seeking for the establishment of the Nigeria Institute of Soil Science. The bill, titled Nigeria Institute of Soil Science Establishment etc. Act 2017, was passed and signed into law by President Muhammadu Buhari same year.
The only medium that supports food production is the soil. So the society now took it upon itself, like I said, in 2011 to submit a bill to the National Assembly to have a body to be known as the Nigerian Institute of Soil Science that will regulate the practice, as well practice of soil science, as well as teach soil managers on how best to use the soil, to manage the soils, so that the soils will remain productive for this generation and generation to come.
The needs that led to the establishment of the Institute of Soil Science are traceable to the fact that the profession of soil science and proper management of soil were long neglected in Nigeria. The Institute is therefore charged with the mandate to, among other things, regulate soil science profession, prescribe and regulate the standard academic qualification of member of the Institute, establish, update and maintain a register of soil science practitioners, advance the education, technology and art of soil science, promote soil quality management, advise and encourage enforcement of laws that will guarantee efficient and high-quality food, cooperate with any relevant association and soil science body locally or internationally, and educate farmers and general public on proper management of soil.
In doing this, we work with farmers. We also work with NUC in ensuring that the curriculum that are used in the universities for training of graduates and undergraduates in soil science are well structured so that the product of that discipline will be well trained to be able to deliver that service to land users.
To actualize these mandates, the Institute of Soil Science operates on a well-encapsulated vision and mission. The vision of the Institute is to be the foremost regulatory institute for soil science and agricultural practice in Nigeria that will improve the standard of living of its people. The mission is regulation of the practice of soil science for increased profitability to all stakeholders and guarantee improved soil management systems that will embrace environmental sustainability and ensure high agricultural productivity and food security in Nigeria. The Institute organizational structure has the Governing Council at the top and then the Registrar. There are 4 departments in the Institute, and they are Administration, Finance and Accounting Department, Planning, Research, Extension and Statistics Department, Regulatory Affairs Department, and the Inspectorate and Accreditation Department. It also has 5 units and 13 divisions. How are these departments, division, and units contributing to the effective operation of the Institute to actualize its mandate?
The Department of Admin, Finance and Account is subdivided into two, from the name, it is subdivided into two, the Admin Department, then Finance and Account Department. Under the Admin Department, the primary functions of the Admin Department include manpower planning, appointment, discipline, welfare of the staff, training, benefits, management of the benefits of the staff, and then welfare of the staff, as well as the general services. For instance, maintenance of the office, building, maintenance of all the assets of the institute is handled by the Admin Department. Then, the Finance and Account Department is so that with the responsibility of processing and keep appropriate records of all the financial transactions of the institute.
Planning remains pivotal in the proper management of any organization. The Planning, Research, Extension and Statistics Department of the Nigeria Institute of Soil Science steers the affairs of the institute.
We plan, implement the programs of the institute. We liaise with other bodies to carry out research, and we make sure that the result from this research gets to the farmer through extension. And we also handle all the computer programs in the institute. That's the information technology.
The Nigeria Institute of Soil Science, as a regulatory body, has a department that ensures that proper regulations are put in place in the practice of the profession.
The department is majorly, working on the regulation of both the professionals and the industry. When we talk about industry, we talk about soil testing, soil and fertilizer testing industry, laboratories, and then the fertilizer industry and the industry that has to do with soil science practice and professionals. We register, the institute also register members after prescribing the academic academic standard that is required. Then the institute, based on the set criteria by the council in line with the Establishment Act, the institute register members.
Accreditation remains key in accessing the worthiness of individuals and corporate organizations that deal with soil analysis and management. In this regard, the Nigeria Institute of Soil Science is not found wanting in accrediting soil scientists and equipment.
My department, which is the Inspectorate and Accreditation, was created in line with the mandate of the institute, and this is for us to carry out inspections and accreditation of private, owned and public institutions, soil, water and fertilizer laboratories in the country. We also monitor all the project activities of the institute in collaboration with other sister agencies, international donor agencies, which we have collaboration with them.
Aside the aforementioned structure piloting the affairs of the institute, it also has geographical spread across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country.
The Nigeria Institute of Soil Science has a 5-year action plan. What are the objectives of the plan? Who is the institute collaborating with to achieve its mandate? And what are the criteria to be a registered member of the Nigerian Institute of Soil Science? These and more will be our focus in our next segment, Partnership for Development. Keep watching.
We'll try to avoid any chemical form of fertilizer or anything.
So from this place, what we learn here, that is what we take to our various.
I hope you are following the normal procedure of feeding. We'll be fascinated seeing things moving.
Although the Nigeria Institute of Soil Science is a regulatory agency of government, it also opens to private and public sector soil science practitioners to be members of the institute. However, understanding the criteria and qualification for membership is key in this collaboration.
For you to be a member, to be a registered soil scientist, yes, member of the institute, You must have a first degree in soil science or agronomy or in any discipline that is related. It could be geology related to soil science. And you must have 5 years of posts. You must have graduated 5 years earlier by the time you are applying. And then, of course, for 5 years, you must have gained some experience, in the field. It depends on where you find yourself, where you're working.
We have different categories of membership. We have fellows, we have associates, we have graduate soil scientists, we have registered soil scientists. Currently, we have about 264 registered soil scientists that have been inducted in the institute. Now, professionals from different fields, university, research institute, development partners, different areas, farmers, people working in government, policy makers, different fields in teaching professions. We have them, so they have all of them as members.
For the corporate organizations that carry out soil testing and management, the Institute also accredits and registers them as members. The checklist for accreditation is key, and the focus during accreditation is on human resources and equipment.
For us to be able to do the accreditation and for us to be able to make sure that the soil science professionals we have in the country are up to, they have the competence to carry out their function. We do the accreditation based on the fact that we look at the personnel. I'm talking about the soil scientists that we have. We also look at the equipment, the soil and fertilizer equipment, analyzing equipment we have in the country. Because you can have the personnel, if the equipment are not there, then we can still say the accreditation is not complete.
Soil provides sustenance for 7 billion people across the globe. It preserves clean water and helps regulate the climate. It also helps agricultural production and construction activities. Hence, proper plan to protect soil and enhance its productivity is utmost important to the Institute. In the pursuit of its mandate, the Institute has a 5-year action plan. What are the major objectives of this plan?
The first one have to do with harnessing the soil resources in Nigeria in order to manage our soil properly, to produce good soil for our farmers. The second one is looking at investment, looking at people from the private organization that can come and invest in our soil. Then the third one is looking at how to gather our soil data. And after gathering our soil data, how do we harmonize this soil data and all the technologies developed to produce a good soil for our farmers? And in line with this, the Institute set up 5 working groups to handle each of the thematic area of the 5-year action plan.
There's a working group that looks at investment in soil. There's another working group that looks at the research gaps and what can be done to close the gaps.
To actualize the set objective of the plan and the need to make soil more sustainable, the Nigeria Institute of Soil Science is also collaborating with other stakeholders in the soil subsector.
We have collaboration with other agencies both within and outside Nigeria. Like I was talking of OCP Africa, they are African-based, it's not just within Nigeria, and we are working with them. Indorama is Nigerian-based, it's a fertilizer company. We have ISRIC from the Netherlands. We have IFDC, we are working with them. We have AGRA, we have USAID. In fact, our soil policy that is currently being developed, we are working hand in hand with USAID on it. Then IFDC just conducted a training on inspection of laboratories of fertilizer companies. We have a lot of people we are collaborating, and it's still ongoing.
Knowledge of the soil, what to do to increase its productivity, how to maximize its potentials. All of these are important for us as Nigerians if we are to take agriculture to the next level. No wonder the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development works closely with the Institute of Soil Science. Only good can come out of that symbiotic relationship. For now, let's move on to our Farmer Speak segment, where Mr. George Ajabo, a trained farmer, processor, and trainer, advises farmers to seek for more knowledge to excel in farming and other value chain activities. Let us hear from him.
Knowledge, they say, is power, and knowledge is key to success. You can't do what you don't know. Yes, ignorance is a very big problem. It's a disease. Yeah, it affected me. When I went into agribusiness initially, there are things I didn't really primarily know. And the things I think I know were not the best thing to do. So I ventured into agribusiness that way. And the first 1 year was very funny until I pinned and IITA, in fact, all the partners together did what they call Basic 1, which I am a product of. So in Basic 1, Basic 2, I was involved, I was nominated and participated in all the trainings. And I think that helped to groom me. The success story I have today is as a result of those trainings, because I have to put those things in practice. That is one. Then I didn't just end there. I took time to start mentoring others. I'm a trainer also. I train on what I know, what I've been taught. I've been able to step it down for others also. And most step-down trainings are being funded by PAIND in conjunction with IITA.
Cassava, also known as Manihot esculenta, is a perennial woody shrub with an edible root which grows in tropical and subtropical areas of the world. Cassava originated from tropical America and was first introduced into Africa in the Congo Basin by the Portuguese around 1558. Today, cassava supports the livelihood of over 300 million Africans. It is rich in carbohydrates, calcium, vitamins B and C, and other essential minerals. In sub-Saharan Africa, cassava is mainly a subsistence crop grown for food by small-scale farmers who sell the surplus. Its roots can be harvested between 6 months and 3 years after planting. Apart from food, cassava is very versatile and its derivatives are applicable in many types of products such as foods, confectionery, sweeteners, glues, plywood, textiles, paper, biodegradable products, monosodium glutamate, and drugs. Cassava chips and pellets are used in animal feed and alcohol production. It is produced in countries like Nigeria, Mozambique, Brazil, Thailand, Indonesia, among others. More than 291 million tons of cassava was produced worldwide in 2017, of which Africa accounted for over 60%. In 2017, Nigeria produced 59 million tons, making it the world's largest producer, approximately 20% of global production, with a 37% increase in the last decade. Nigeria exports about 3.2 million tons annually and earned a record of $136 million in 2013. The Democratic Republic of Congo is the largest consumer of cassava in sub-Saharan Africa, followed by Nigeria.
The importance of soil cannot be overemphasized, and the efforts of the Nigerian Institute of Soil Science to make soil more productive and sustainable are enormous. And we can spend a whole day talking about them, but this is where we will draw the curtains today. Join us again same time, same station next week as we continue with the Nigerian Institute of Soil Science stories. If you have missed the conversation, no problem. You can get it on our social media platforms showing on your screen. I am Gabriel Ojile. Do have a great weekend and bye for now.